Yes, Madhukar.
Okay. So what we discussed yesterday? Any idea?
Yeah, block level filter, global filter.
Okay. Have we covered about the prompts? How to define a prompt?
Parameters.
Drill name option, hierarchies, custom hierarchy, default hierarchies, drill up, drill down, drill by.
No, that is different. That is Murkan, you are attending 7:30, right? There I'm covering. That is different. Yeah. Okay. So prompts, have we discussed the prompts? No, right? Okay. So prompts we have to discuss, and also we'll talk about the ranking functionality and sorting, aggregate functions, break and sections. Okay, that we are going to discuss today's session. Okay. Now, so the prompts. So creating a prompt is useful. Even the end user can also restrict the data at the database level, where the data restricted at the database level if you create a prompt. At runtime, user can run the report based on the selection. So the data retrieved from the database and showing our report. Okay. So when you apply the query level filter, so user do not have any option to change that query filter. So but only we can do that at the front end level using the input controls and drill filters. You can restrict the data in the front end, but the data is not restricted at the database level. So which is just hiding the data in our report. Okay. I'm trying to connect to the server. Enter the BO credentials here. Click yes. So I'm trying to log into the BA Launchpad to create a Webby report. So I'm trying to open a BA Launchpad. Enter the BO credentials here. Go to the application, create a new Webby report. It will take time to open a web application. So I'm just trying to open a web application. Accept run. Create a new document. Select a universe. Now you have the list of the universes. I'm choosing the one of the universe, e-fashion. So I'm adding the objects here. Here I'm taking state, product lines, have a sales revenue, quantity sold. Okay. Say suppose I want to bring the 2006 data. So what I will do, I'll just apply the query level filter year equal to 2006. When you run a query, so I'll get only the 2006 data in my report. Even user also can see the same data, 2006 data. But in case if user want to change this, but you want to see some other year data, so you can't able to do it. Which is a query level filter. User do not have a modification access. You can't edit the report, right? So in case if user is looking some specific year data, so it will not allow to user to do it because the designer option will not be there. Design option will not be there. You can see only the report in reading mode. You can see the report only in the reading mode, right? Okay. So now I'm trying to edit a query. In case user want to change it at any time at runtime, so then you can use the prompt, define the prompt. So here in the prompt, the operand you select the prompt, and also you can create the multiple prompts. So I'm trying to create a prompt and a state. And also I'm defining the prompt on product. That's it. You can create a multiple prompts. So even it is not mandatory that object should be in the result object panel. Either you can do it on the category, or you can do it on the city, or you can do it on the store name also. Okay. So once you add once you define the prompt, at runtime, so it will ask you to choose the prompt values. Say now I'm interested to see the 2007 data. I want to see the Florida and DC data of specific products. I want to see the specific product of the sales revenue. Click OK. Okay. So this is how. So this is the way we can run the query and define the prompt. Even in the reading mode also, user can refresh anytime and they can choose the values based on the data user selected. So that data will restrict it to the database level. So whenever you do the drill filter or the input controls, the data are not restricting at the database level. The data which is not restricting at the database level. But So whatever the selections your user done using the prompt, so the data restricted at the database level. Okay, so this is how we can define the prompt. Okay, is that clear about the prompts? Again, it's a user selection based on the requirement. User can choose their own data and he can run the report. Okay, when you use the prompt, it always improve the performance of the report instead of using the input controls or it will filters.
So, Madhukar, you mean a data filtered at the database level or report level?
It's a database level. The restriction, whatever the prompt which I created, the data restricted at the database level. So example, if you look at the query, how the query is generated. After you define this, see, whatever the
Here is
value selected.
Madhukar or Ramesh is talking.
It's Ramesh, this is Madhukar. Ramesh, you are getting right? So whatever
Yes.
the prompt type which is selected, the data restricted to the query level. So which means it will bring only data whatever I selected.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
fine. Now let's talk about the prompt properties. Say whatever the values I selected the last time, those values are displaying, right? I don't want to display the values which is selected. It should be empty always. When I refresh the report, so it should be empty. So whatever the last value which I selected, it should not appear. That is the one requirement. And say user can type a values using a keyboard. Say example, so I'm trying to enter some wrong data. Add here. Okay. Click OK. What happens in case if user enter wrong data, it will not retrieve any information. It will not retrieve any data. Okay. So again, refresh the report. So the last value which I don't want to select, and the type value button should not appear in the report. So these two requirements first we'll see. Okay, and third requirement is, see the enter value for year, I do not want to select only the single value or multiple value. I want to choose the ranges information. So I want to, when I select the 2000, I want to display the data 2004 to some 2015, 2004 to 2017, or I want to run a report 2007 to 17. So I want to select the range values for the year prompt. That is another requirement. Okay. Now edit a query. I'm trying to remove the prompt and again creating a prompt. So I just want to do the ranges information. Then you can use the between operator. Between prompt and also the prompt. So what the requirement is, whatever the last value is selected, that should not display. For state prompt, user has to select only from list. And also the product lines also keep last value selected. Okay, run a query. Now see. So type value button is not there for state. So now I want to see the New York data. Start year. I want to run a report 2015 to 2017. And product lines. So I want to run the report with all the products. Click OK. Okay. Let's see. So this is how So I can define the prompt parameters as per the requirement. When I refresh the report again, so whatever the last value which is selected for product and state which is not appearing, right? Now, for state and start and end year, I don't want to display this list of values. I have to enter using a keyboard. Okay. Okay. Sorry, Vamshi, I'm not talking about the ranking functionality now. And whatever the filter, whatever the prompts which I'm defining, it will applicable to all the tabs. Yes, it will applicable to all the tabs in the report. Okay. Now, another requirement is, the first requirement is I don't want to display the list of values for a year prompt. And the second requirement is, see what I want to do, I want to run a report with all the products. So what I need to do, I have to select Control A and we have to put it here. Say suppose you have some 2000 prompts, 2000 values are there. Then you have to select all the values. For 2000 value selection, it will take time. It will not appear immediately, right? So to avoid that selection of many values, so make it optional prompt. If I have not selected any value, by default, it will bring all the data. For product, I want to make it as an optional prompt. Okay. How we can make optional prompt for product? Edit a query and go here for product, go to the prompt properties, make it as optional prompt. And for a year prompt, so I don't want to display the list of values. And end, I don't want to display the list of values. Click OK. That is another requirement. And also the other requirement, I just see when you run a query, the start year and end year should display the same order, right? So start year somewhere and end year the different order, it is difficult to select. What we can do? How to change the prompt order? How to change the prompt order? Go to the query properties. Here you can change the prompt order as per the requirement. So we have to define this prompt order. Okay, whenever you are working with the prompt, whenever you are working with any report, so normally we define some set of rules, some standards. We define some standards, so the same standards we follow. Okay, so the order of the prompt is like this, and date prompt should not display any list of values. So that all we are going to define some standard method. I will share that standard document. Okay, what are the standards we follow when you create a report, when you create a Webby report? Okay. Okay, start date and start year, end year, and state I want to display the product lines. I want to display the last order. Now run a query. I'll see. Say I don't see the list of values, right? Now what I want to do, I want to run a report of 2017. And date, start date, and end date you can do the same. And state, so I'm just selecting the New York. Product. Even I am not selected any value, but still I can able to run the report because the product is the optional prompt. Enter the product is the optional prompt. Okay. If you are not selected any value, so I can get all the values of the products in our report. So this is how we can define the prompt properties as per the requirement. And also the another requirement, when I run a report, by default state as a New York to be selected, should be selected by default. How we can make a default value for state prompt? So go to the state properties and I set a default value. Want to see the New York data. Now run a query. Click OK. Okay. So you'll see by default New York is selected, but still you can remove it and you can choose some different states. Click OK. See again, so the data which is showing the Texas, if you refresh the report, now I can see the New York data, right? By default, the value selected is a New York. Okay. So this is how we can define the prompts as per the requirement.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Madhukar Suresh here.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Can we able to do is like a select query or some filters kind of, suppose if you can take a year, I want to be current year or current month, today date as a filters. So like when we do in the BEX query, we can able to write a ABAP code and prompt values as of date today. Like this, can we able to do here the prompt value?
Yes, we can do it, but not with a front end prompt. Okay, so that we can define the prompt at inverse level. So what you are telling is, see currently which is I can see 2000. So the list of values we have seen 2004, 2005, 2006, right?
Yes,
so what
correct.
by default, so it should be selected as a 2017. By default, it should be selected as a month. Okay. Okay. So what we'll do, so we just pass the one parameter. So when by default, I'll just make a something current year. I'll not give the 2017. I just pass the when. I just give the some text as a current year.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll just pass the value by default as a current year.
Okay.
Okay. So when the current year is there, so it will bring the year of date, year of the date. Okay. If year equal to, sorry, case, we can use using the case when statement. Case when year @prompt year is equal to current year, then year of current year, year of current date, else prompt selection. Else @prompt enter the state value, enter the year value. Okay. So that it's not a ABAP code. So we have a separate prompts. So we have a separate functions at a inverse level to define the prompt. Okay. For example, if you look at here, how the prompt, when you create a prompt, how the query is designed. If you look at here and go to select this, right?
Yeah, correct.
Look at here, outlet lookups dot state in @prompt. So this kind of functions we are going to write at inverse level, and we will pass some static information which always try to fetch the current year and current month of the sales revenue.
Okay, good. So I have got an idea.
Madhukar.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, actually, I want to see the demo of this current year, how to achieve the functionality.
That yes.
Okay,
I will explain at the time of inverse design. Okay. At the time of inverse designing, we will define this prompt. So we are going to create.
Actually, the problem here is I want to select the current date, last date. In max of function, or what is the last year, or what is the last, it automatically today's date, something like that, today's date, or you need to assign to the prompt from the starting to ending. Ending date must be current today's date. Like that, I want to automatically need to assign the values.
The same one.
To give the,
the same one what Suresh has asked. So Suresh asked about the year and month. Year and month. You are asking about the date. That also we can pass it.
Madhukar, I think you are correct. But when the BEX query, it automatically the variables will bring it here. So it will show there. So when we go for the normal way B, So we need to go with write a code in the universe level. So
Correct.
means you mean to say that when the universe will cover at the time we can explain. Okay, fine. Okay.
Exactly.
Just I have, I don't know if possible or not. So just I have a question.
Yeah, it is possible. It is possible.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
It is possible.
Thank you. Thank you.
But only the thing is, say example, if you make it as a date, right? So normally when you create a prompt on a date, so you will get a calendar. Okay. So if you see that this is the way you will get a calendar. But if you are passing the value, some default value, right? In that case, you have to enter the manual date.
Okay.
Okay. You will not get this calendar date function, calendar date.
Okay, sure.
Okay. So that is the only the problem when you want to make a some static date. Static means it's not a static, it's a dynamic code. Ne? So start date is a current date. Sorry, start date is yesterday date and end date is a today's date. Okay. So that means yesterday's and today's data will bring into our report. Like that way it will come. So it is going to be because we are passing some text value. Okay. Because of that you will not get the calendar. Okay. But yes, so you can enter a date like DDMMYY format. So that always you have to follow the DDMMYY format. Okay, as a text format. It's considered as a text format. Okay, text means it's a string format I'm talking about. Okay, but yes, so that we'll discuss. We can achieve that requirement by defining at universe level. Because here I can't write any conditions. Here I can't write any code. Here I can't write any formulas. So that we can do it only. So what I see the currently which is current year. So I'm just removing the prompt. So prompts I am done. So I'm moving to explain about the predefined filter. Say suppose I'm just adding the current year. What happened? So when you add the current year, how the query generated will see year equal to year of the current date. So like that way I'll just make it mention @prompt case when @prompt year equal to year of date. I mean current date. I'll just pass the just text as a current date. Then year of the date. Else, so whatever the prompt which you selected, that is how I'm going to write a code here. So based on the selection, if you're not selected any value, by default it is a current year. Okay, current year it will bring the 2017. Okay, so now, so this is a predefined filter. When you run a query, so it always bring the current year sales revenue based on your calendar date. Based on your calendar date, it will fetch only that current year of the sales revenue. If you run the same report, so I save this report. If you run the same report in 2019, it will bring only the 2019 data. That we can achieve with only the predefined filter. Okay, you can't do it with a query level filter. So suppose if you apply 2017, if you apply the query filter is equal to 2017, always bring the 2017 data. Even if you run this report in next year or next year, it still you can see the only the 2017 data. Okay, but I can't make it dynamic by using the query filter. Only that we can achieve it only the predefined filters. Okay, clear about the prompts, and also we'll discuss creating a prompt at universe level at the time of universe designing. Now moving on to another requirement. Yeah.
Query filter, how you added? Can you show me that once again?
Simple. Add your object. Okay. Enter the value. Say suppose I want to see the 2006. That's it.
So for default also you just drag and drop here, right? But that is measure.
You're talking about predefined filter. This is the one,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Okay. If you, this is a filter which is created at universe level. Say suppose if you double click on here, it always going to add a query filter. Okay. The
So
filter which the
yeah.
filter which I created universe level, when you double click on it, by default it will come to the query filter. Okay. Now, so talking about the the ranking functionality. Ranking is another type of filters, so which we can restrict the data. Say I want to display only the top 5 records. I want to display only the top 5 records. How to display the top 5 records? Go to Analysis tab and you will find the ranking option here. Add ranking, top 5. Okay, I can see only the 5 records here, right? Clear?
Madhukar, based on what you have ordered, the quantity?
This or this one?
Yeah, based on the quantity you are selecting the top 5 or how?
Based on the revenue.
Okay,
Based,
okay. Yeah, got
based
it.
on the revenue. Whichever the highest sales revenue is there, that will display on the top.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay. Also, see, when you apply the ranking, the data which is displaying the descending order, right? So whatever the highest sales revenue is there, that is displaying. So that means 2006 is the highest sales revenue in the Texas state. Second highest sales revenue in 2005, again Texas state. In 2006 New York, and 2005 California, the last highest sales revenue, the fifth highest sales revenue. Also, by using the ranking functionality, edit ranking, I can see the bottom values also. So when you apply the bottom, the data which is displaying the ascending order by default. So whatever the least values are there, that will display on the top. Okay. So these are the bottom values we can appear by using the ranking function. Ranking, not only it will display always top. So either you want to display the top, that you can do it, or you want to display the least values, that also you can do it. Okay. Now, so when you just have the top 5, so which is displaying top 3, which is displaying only the 3 records, whichever the three highest sales revenue is there. Now my requirement is I want to display the top 3 states. My requirement is I want to display the top 3 states. When I just add the top sales revenue, top 3 sales revenue, so Texas and New York. So in 2006, Texas is having the first sales revenue, again Texas in 2005. But my requirement is I want to display the top 3 states sales revenue. Then go here, editor ranking, top 3 ranked by state, which will display top 3 states. So I can see the 3 state sales revenue. Top 3 state sales revenue is different and top 3 sales revenue is different. I want to see only the top 3 records is different. So top 3 state sales revenue is different, right? So Texas and New York and California is having the highest sales revenue. Okay. And also you can apply the ranking functionality even in the charts also. So what I want to do, I just to try to add the state, or you can add a year also, and the sales revenue. So I want to just see the top 3 records. Select this and go to the analysis tab and add a ranking. Top 3 sales revenue. See, I can see now. Or you want to see the least values, edit a ranking, bottom values, top 4, I mean the least values 4. We'll see. Okay. So this is how we can apply the ranking as per the requirement. Based on the requirement, we are going to add the ranking functionality. Okay. Normally,
Madhukar, can we see?
Yeah. Please go ahead.
In the pie chart, can we see the state names as well?
Pie chart, I am not added the state. Okay. But you know, in the pie chart, always we need to have a one dimension and one measure.
Okay.
Okay. So now I'm just showing the top 5 records, right? I mean, least 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, least 4 records.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you add one more object, then what will happen? The data will not appear properly. When you add when you have 3 objects in the state, sorry, in the pie chart, you'll see. It's difficult to analyze when you add more number of objects in a remove ranking. You'll see now how it will appear. So in a pie chart, always one dimension and one measure. In a column chart or any other chart, you can have a 3 objects, 2 measures,
Okay.
1 dimension, a 2 dimension and 1 measure. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Now try to remove this. Now let's talk about the aggregate functions. Let's talk about the aggregate function. Now we can aggregate the data. So let me remove the ranking functionality. Remove. How to display the total revenue? Select the sales revenue. Go to the function. Click on sum. Now scroll down. Now I'll say I can able to see the total revenue. Okay. Now select the state. So I want to see the number of states. I want to count the number of states. Then select the state row, state column. Click on count. It will show you the number of states and make it all. Simple. If you want to count the duplicate values, see currently which by default count function will count the distinct values. We don't have the count all value. In case if you want to count the duplicate value, you can just have a keyword as a all. If you remove the keyword all, then it will count the distinct values. Okay. And if you just add a keyword as all, then it will count the duplicate values also. Okay. So this is how we can display the number of states. And also, I want to see the minimum sales revenue. So we have other aggregate functions: minimum sales revenue, maximum sales revenue, and also the average sales revenue. So whichever the minimum and maximum, that is showing now. And also select this, and also you can include the percentage calculation. So by default it will calculate the percentage, but normally, so when you are working with WebE reports, so we get the requirement. So what formula we have to write, what formula we have to write, that formula only we are going to write as per the requirement. So we are not going to define our own formula. User has to provide the formulas. Okay. So that all formulas and variables that we'll discuss later. So is that clear about the aggregate functions? How we can display the total revenue, minimum sales revenue, how we can display the count, and how we can count the duplicate values by using the count all keyword. Fine.
Yes, Madhu.
Yeah. I'm stopping now. So we'll discuss tomorrow session about the sorting, breaks and sections. And alignment of the blocks. Okay. So that we'll discuss. Okay. And please join the session at, now it is 7:70. Please join the session after 15 minutes using the same link. Okay.
Wait, 6:45.
Please join to session. Now itself after 15 minutes using the same link. There I'm going to discuss about linking reports. How we can link one report to the another report.
Yeah, yeah, Madhukar, we need to join. Everybody need to join this session.
Everyone. I'm asking to everyone, please join into join into the same meeting link after 15 minutes. So there also I'm covering. Yeah, there also I'm discussing the webinar only. Okay. So this will not have any dependency of the previous sessions. Okay, that's what I'm asking to join this session. Okay. Linking reports, nothing but a jumping one report to the another report.
This means you took these classes for backup classes no? Last 3 days. Okay.
Yes. Whatever I'm talking about 6:30 to 7:30, so I'm taking the backup of the sessions. But later I will include you into 7:30. Okay.
Oh, okay.
When you are equal to the same what we are covering, so then I will stop the 6:30 session.
Fine, sure.
Okay.
So it should be
till now, whatever discussed, we covered already in the 7:30 session. Okay.
And Madhukar, Ramesh here.
Yeah, Ramesh, tell me.
And we missed some initial introduction classes like what we are going to go, what is the web intelligence tool and other like universe and Unity, this kind of stuff.
No, you. No one has missed any session. I started directly with only the Webby. Okay.
So,
Introduction part, I explained what are the components I'm going to cover in this training. Okay, how much content I'm going to discuss, I'm going to take care. So that I covered. If you want, I'll send the demo recorded session. It's everywhere. Any session I do demo, it's the same.
okay. And what is the difference between Webby and Web Intelligence and Web Rich Client? That's what we are discussing.
Okay, Webby, yeah, we are discussing the Web Intelligence. And Rich Client also same. There is no difference. Webby and Rich Client both are same. And the difference only is the Rich Client is a client-based tool, so that you are not going to do it through the browser. So that you are going to create a report through from the client tools. So from tools, all programs. So here you have to open that Rich Client tool from the client tool, not through the browser. Okay.
So everything same, like options and everything same, right?
Everything same. Options are everything same. There is no difference.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, that also will cover. Sometimes when I design the inverse, so we have some ODBs issues. So always use the Rich Client tool. Rich Client tool, we do not have any problem. So that time you can understand how the Rich Client works. So I need not explain separately. Yeah.
Suresh here. Can we make more than 5 minutes extra time? Because if it is in 9:51 now, I have 15 minutes some Indian call. Okay.
Okay. I will wait. So you're talking about so I'm going to start at 7:30. So we'll make it 7:35. That's what you're telling, right?
Yeah, 5 to 10 minutes like this because if I have some.
I will wait on 15 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, fine. That's the reason.
Join it exactly so 7 after 15 minutes from now.
Okay,
is that okay?
Yeah, is that okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So thanks all, and everyone please join the same meeting invite after 15 minutes.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks. Venkat, start the session.